Many people find their relationship with their family members, to be the hardest to navigate. I think it's because over the years, as you grow, you're supposed to go through a lot of different phases, try on different values, try on exercising those values in different ways, try on different traits and different attributes. That's a part of your growth and development. And as you age, adolescence, young adulthood, you start to settle into a pattern that feels good, that feels comfortable, that feels authentic. Now, the challenge is this is occurring in an environment where someone is trying to teach you or place on you their values, their beliefs, their expectations, their hopes, their dreams for you. And while you try to figure those out, try to understand those, and try to figure out if they match with your spirit and your soul, it can look a whole bunch of different ways, some pretty and some not pretty. And so family members have seen you go through that, right? They've seen you become who you are. And sometimes they have trouble letting go. They have trouble allowing you to develop into the person that you want to be, especially if it doesn't jive with their hopes or dreams or aspirations or desires for you. So they may make sarcastic comments, or they may constantly bring up mistakes or painful things from the past. They may not even be mistakes, they just may be painful. And so navigating that relationship with family, holding true and authentic to who you are, not regressing to that little girl who felt so ashamed or embarrassed when these family members would say or do whatever they did. Like, they have a way, family members, of taking us back to the most challenging parts of ourselves. But the way to manage them and to manage those relationships is to be proud of who you are, to be honest about who you are, to stand true in your authentic self, to show that the love that you have for yourself, the grace that you have for yourself, and the person that you have become through all of the trials that you have gone through, that is how you deal with family members who have trouble letting go, right? Show yourself the grace. Show that you're proud of the journey. Show that you are not embarrassed or shrinking and won't be defined by their experience of the past or whatever their issue is. Set a boundary. You know, I'm big on boundaries. Set a boundary, set a limit. Be clear that you can't treat me that way. Yes, you may have been able to treat me that way in the past, or you may have been able to talk to me like that in the past, but I no longer accept that. I have a sticky on my bathroom. One day I'm going to give you a bathroom mirror tutorial. But I have a sticky in my bathroom that says, I am no longer accepting anything less than what I deserve. And that means how people treat you as well. So one of the reasons I think that family is the hardest relationship to navigate is because they've seen it all. And sometimes they have long memories and they don't understand the process, the growth, the commitment to being who you are now. Or they're jealous, right? Sometimes family members are jealous of us. And so the way that they manage that, their own issue, right, is that they make fun of you, or they try to, well, you ain't so high and mighty. You used to do this and we used to do this together. And I would come back with the used to is the key word, because I'm not that person anymore. I'm a bigger person, a better person, a stronger person, a more vulnerable person who has access to all of my greatness and authenticity. I invite you to meet me, and I invite you to get to know me, who I am today, so we can have the best relationship. They probably going, but you stood up in a way that is very powerful. And likely There's some little people in your family who are watching, and they're like, ooh, that's the cousin or that's the auntie that I want to be like, right? So I always posit that when you show up authentically as yourself, it's not just for you. It's because there's somebody out there that needs to see that it's okay to be who I am. And they can only know that by seeing it in you. You saw it in somebody, whether it was somebody in your family or somebody in your community or somebody in your school. You saw it somewhere, and it sat in your spirit until it was ready to bloom. And now you have to let yours bloom so that the other people, young people in your family, have that same thing in their sights. If you're having trouble navigating your family relationships, standing up in your true, authentic self, setting boundaries so that you can be the greatest you that you can be, let's talk. I'm Dr. T.